Hello friends, today we are going to perform our experiment number 9. Experiment number 9 for the subject is industrial AC machine. This experiment is performed on single phase induction motor. What is the aim of the experiment? Aim is to identify different winding and the components of single phase capacitor start induction run motor and to connect it to start and reverse the direction of rotation. That means we firstly find out what are the different parts of this machine, which are the windings. Then we'll see how to connect these two windings together and how to start the motor and to reverse the direction of rotation of the motor. So the practical significance of this motor is that the single phase induction motor stator, it is actually having two windings. The two windings are named as main winding and the starting winding, which are also called as auxiliary winding and the running winding. Then these two windings, they are placed on the stator. They are placed on the stator to produce a rotating magnetic field, and for that they are placed such that they are having 90-degree mechanical phase shift as well as 90-degree electrical phase shift. And to produce this 90-degree electrical phase shift, a capacitor is connected in series with the starting winding along with the centrifugal switch. That means starting winding will be having a capacitor so that its current will be having a leading phase angle, whereas the main winding will be having a lagging phase angle. So thus overall we get near about 90-degree electrical phase shift between the starting winding and the main winding. So in this experiment, firstly we are going to identify which is the main winding, which is the starting winding, and then we'll connect them and we'll see how to start this motor and how to reverse the motor. So for that we'll just go for some theoretical background. So to start with the experiment, before that we'll see some minimum theoretical background which you should be knowing so that you can identify the different parts of the motor. So as you see in the diagram, the main part of the machine, they are rotor and the stator. The stator, it is having two parts. One is the main winding, other is the starting winding. So two different windings will be placed on the stator, out of which the starting winding will be connected in series with a electrolytic capacitor. The starting winding is connected in series with the electrolytic capacitor, and this particular starting winding, it may be connected in the circuit or it may be disconnected using a centrifugal switch. So that is the particular property of this induction motor, that it is having a starting winding which is remaining in the circuit for some time, and after that it gets automatically disconnected. So in this case, the single phase induction motor, when it is having one starting winding and one running winding, the design of the starting winding and the running winding is different. They explained it here. The starting winding is designed to have high resistance and low inductance, whereas the main winding is designed to have low resistance and high inductance. So it will be having more number of turns with thin conductor, and the starting winding will be having few number of turns with the thick conductor. So that will the total construction of the single phase induction motor, in which then the main winding and starting winding, they are connected in parallel with each other and then connected to single phase AC supply. So that is about the theory of this machine. Now we'll go further and we'll discuss how this motor is started and how it can be reversed. So when you want to start the motor, you can make the normal connections like this, and when you want to reverse the motor, one of the winding, either the main winding or the starting winding, its polarities are to be reversed. So I have shown here, you will see two different diagrams. In first diagram, the polarities of the starting windings are reversed. Polarities of the starting winding are reversed. That means if you trace the circuit from the phase you will see that here starting winding is connected as R1. Starting winding is connected to R2, and here this winding is here, it is connected to S1, and then S2 is connected to capacitor. So we have normally connected it, we should have normally connected it like this, from this terminal to here. Instead of that, we are going in a reverse direction, so we are changing the polarities in the starting winding, which is then connected to capacitor and the centrifugal switch. This is one method of reversing the motor, or otherwise we can reverse the terminals of the main winding. We can reverse the terminal of the main winding. So either by reversing the starting winding terminal or the main winding terminal, we can reverse the direction of rotation of single phase induction motor. The general theoretical background. So now with the basic knowledge that when you want to start and reverse the induction motor, you have to change the polarities either of the starting winding or the running winding. We'll now see actual circuit diagram of the experiment, in which again this will be your main motor, this will be rotor, which is a squirrel cage rotor. So no supply is connected to squirrel cage rotor, main winding and the starting winding. Here they are named as R1, R2 and S1, S2. These two windings are then to be connected to the supply, and to take the readings for the current and the voltage, we are connecting one ammeter and one voltmeter. So to start with the experiment, actually here we are not using this transformer instead of the auto transformer, but we are using a DOL starter, and from the DOL starter we are making the connections. So our connections here will start to make, and then we will start the motor. So to start the connections, so student, here we see the panel for a single phase AC series motor. It is a panel. On this panel different connections are shown. So to start with, this will be your two supply terminals, single phase AC supply terminal. So one terminal will be marked as phase and other will be marked as a neutral. So first of all, we will connect this phase and neutral of the supply to the input terminals of the DOL starter. So we connect phase terminal to R and neutral to neutral. So these two are the input terminals of the starter, and then from the output terminals of the starter we want to start the connection. From the output terminal of the starter we want to take the connection. So we'll just take this as a starting terminal. So from the starting terminal, first we should go to the ammeter. First we'll go to the ammeter. So from the starter R terminal we will connect to the common of the ammeter. Which range we are using here? We are using a range of 5 amperes. So we start from the terminal, phase terminal, and we'll connect it to ammeter. Second terminal of the ammeter, it will go to your rotor main winding. It will go to rotor main winding, or it is also called as a running winding. Actually here it is shown, so you can directly find out, but I will discuss again how to mark which is the starting winding and which is the running winding. That we'll see afterwards. So here we are connected your starting terminal to ammeter and its second terminal to R1. Second terminal to R1. R1 means it is the running winding first terminal. Running winding second terminal, here it is marked as R2. Then starting winding first terminal, here it is marked as S1, and its another terminal is marked as S2. This capacitor and centrifugal switch, they are internally connected. So we connect from ammeter to R1. Then from same terminal we have to connect to S1. So from R1 we will go to S1. So we have to take two wires here. From R1 we will have to go to S1. So here you will connect R1 will be connected to S1. R1 will be connected to S1 because we want to connect running winding and starting winding in parallel to each other. The centrifugal switch, though it is shown in the diagram, actually it is available inside the panel. We are directly having the two main terminals here. So we are connected R1 to S1, and then all together here it is S2, and that S2 is to be connected to R2. S2 is connected to R2. S2 will be connected to R2, and that S2 connected to R2 will go back to the neutral of the supply. It will go back to the neutral of the supply. So we'll make them connect together like S2, R2 and the neutral of the starter output terminals. So that will make the connections, namely starting winding and running winding in parallel with each other with an ammeter in start series with the main winding to measure the current drawn by the motor. So once again we will trace the connection. From the mains phase terminal we connect to R terminal of the starter input side. Then neutral of the supply mains will be connected to the neutral terminal of the DOS starter input side. So this is the input side connection of the starter. Now from the output terminal of the starter we go to the ammeter common and its range terminal, 5 ampere range terminal. It goes to running winding first terminal, which is then again connected to the starting winding first terminal, that is R1 connected to S1. Similarly R2 connected to S2 and S2 then further connected to neutral. So that is the lower line. S2 connected to R2 connected to neutral. Now we have to just connect one voltmeter. So instead of connecting the voltmeter, we will be connecting the multimeter. We will be connecting the multimeter. So to start with the reading, now whatever connections we have made, we have not changed any polarities either of the starting winding or of the running winding. So you will start the motor and you will see how the motor is running, what is the direction of rotation of the motor, how much is the current taken by the motor and how much is the voltage applied to the motor. Once you complete this part, then we will reverse the polarities of starting winding and then we will reverse the polarities of the running winding in step. First for starting winding, then for running winding. In both the cases, we will observe the direction of rotation of the motor and finally we will reverse at a time the polarities of the starting winding and running winding, and again we will observe the direction of rotation, and from that we can conclude what should be the method to reverse the direction of motor. So to start the motor, we have to give the supply and then we have to operate the DOL starter. Then we will measure the current, we will measure the voltage and we will observe the direction of rotation of the motor. So we have made all the connection with taking precaution that while making the connection, we have kept the supply off and we have selected all the wires with proper insulation. Now once the supply connections are completed, now we will put on the supply by making this switch on. Once you made this switch on, this supply from the mains point, it becomes available to the input terminal of the starter, and when you operate the starter, after that only motor is going to start. So this is your DOL starter. This switch will be pushed to on and this will be pushed to off. So to start the motor, we will start with the push to on switch and we will observe the current, voltage and the direction of rotation, that is your normal operation of the motor. So you just take down the reading for current. We are using range of 5 ampere, that means lower scale, and on the lower scale your current is 3.1 and 3.2 ampere. So current is 3.2 amperes. Once you note down the value of current, then you have to measure the voltage. So the voltage will be available between the output terminals of the starter. So how much voltage you observe? 235.2. 235.2. So that is your reading of voltmeter, 235.2. Current is 3.2. Voltage is in volts, current in ampere. And now we'll see the direction of rotation of the motor. The direction I am going to put it up so that it will become slow and we can observe the direction. Which direction you observe? It is a clockwise rotation direction, or you can say it is a observation table. What you have to do, you have correct the value that motor is running in forward direction and you cancel here reverse. So your first method, first method we have started the motor and we observe that motor runs in the forward direction with normal connections, and then we'll go for the second part of the reading, that is reversing either main or the starting winding. So one by one, first we'll reverse the main winding, then we'll reverse the starting winding. So for that, first thing we'll put the switch off. Once you put the switch off, now you want to reverse the which winding? Main winding. Main winding means the running winding. All this winding we want to interchange the terminals. So we'll remove this particular connection from this. So starter S1 will go to neutral and S2 will go to R1. So main winding is as it is. The starting winding is as it is, but the main winding is reverse. You can check from R phase ammeter, and ammeter it goes to R2 instead of R1, and then R1 goes to neutral. That means your running winding, or which is called as main winding, it is reverse. And now we'll see how the motor is running, means in which direction it is going to rotate. So to start the motor, again put on the switch, then press the starter terminal. When you press the starter terminal, then note down the current. It is now 3 and this will be 3.1. It is in between 3 and 3.1. So it is 3.05. 3.05 amperes. Voltage, here it is. Yeah, it is 232. As supply voltage is slightly reduced, current is also reduced. Previously it was 235 volts, now it is 230 volts, and current is 3.05. And now we will observe what is the direction of rotation. So to observe the rotation, again I will make the motor off. And you will see that the motor is running in anti-clockwise direction or in reverse direction. It is running in reverse direction. So we cancel the forward word here, and we conclude that when we reverse the main terminal, motor runs in the reverse direction. Now we'll make the switch off, then we'll make the reversal of the starting winding. So previous connections, we'll bring them to their normal position. So the connections which we have reversed, that will bring back to their original position. That means now supply phase terminal will be connected to ammeter, and ammeter will be connected to R1, and R2 will be connected to neutral. Now we want to interchange starting winding terminal. That means we will replace connection of S1 and S2. So disconnect both these connections and interchange the connections. So R1 will be connected to S2 and R2 will be connected to S1. R2 will be connected to S1. That means if we trace the connection from R1, it goes to S2. From R1, it goes to S2. And from S1, it goes to R2. That means we have reversed the starting winding terminus. We have reversed the starting winding connection. Either the starting winding or the main winding. Already we have completed the part for main winding. Now we have reversed the starting winding, and once again we will note down the readings by starting the motor. Press the dual starter, then note down the current. Current is 3.02. Still somewhat reduction in the current. Not exactly 0.5, it is 3.02 ampere, and the voltage is, how much is the voltage? It is 232.0, 232.0 volts. Now we'll see the direction of rotation. So again, as motor is running fast, we cannot see the direction clearly. So we'll make the switch off and we'll observe the rotation. So here also you observe that motor is running in reverse direction. So same thing, either by reversing the main winding or by reversing the starting winding, your induction motor runs in a opposite direction as compared with the normal direction. And now lastly, the connections are that we'll see what will happen if both starting winding and main winding are reversed. That is, if we change the supply terminus, phase and neutral. If we change the phase and neutral terminus, we'll make the switch off. Whatever reversal we have done, that will bring it to normal position. Means R1 connected to S1 and R2 connected to S2. R1 connected to S1 and R2 connected to S2. Now we want to see that instead of changing the connections for the winding, we are interchanging the supply terminus so that both the winding currents will be reversed. These are the two supply terminus. We will interchange them. So, phase terminal and neutral terminal of output of the starter will be reversed. So now current will be reversed both in the main winding and in the starting winding. That is, current will be flowing from phase terminal to R2 and S2, and then from R1 and S1 it will go to neutral. So we will reverse both the current directions and we will observe how the motor is running. So what we have made? We have connected R1 to S1, R2 to S2, R2 to S2. But now this R1 will be connected. R1 will be connected to neutral and R2 will be connected to phase. R2 will be connected to phase. That means we have reversed the supply line. We have reversed the supply line. You just check here input terminal. Then from phase terminal you go to here neutral terminal, and from neutral you go to ammeter, and this ammeter will go here to phase terminal, that is R1 and S1. So we are reverse both the starting winding and running winding, and again we will make the motor run. So for that, put on the main switch and again press the push to on switch of the DOL starter. So motor starts. we'll see it will take the current of 3.05 ampere. 3.05 ampere. Voltage will be, as it is AC supply, even though phase and neutral are reversed, you will get the reading. Here voltage is 233.6. There is a slight supply voltage fluctuation. Voltage is 233.6. Current is 3.05. And now what? The direction of rotation of the motor. So I will put the supply, dual starter speed off and observe the direction of rotation of the motor. So we will see that motor is running in clockwise direction or in the forward direction. Forward direction. So we will cancel reverse. We will conclude that for the initial connections and when we reverse the supply line, in both the case motor runs in the forward direction, but either if we reverse the connection for main winding or for starting winding, in that case this motor is running in the opposite direction, that is in anti-clockwise direction. So that is about the process of reversal of single phase induction motor. We conclude that if you want to reverse the single phase induction motor, you should reverse the supply terminals either to the starting winding or to the running winding. Okay, so this was about the second part of the motor, that is to start and reverse the motor. Now one part is remaining, that is how to identify the starting winding and the running winding. Actually here on the panel you see the terminal marking their names, so we have made the connection. But in case suppose the terminal markings are not available, or if you have opened the motor and just you want to decide which winding is the starting winding and which winding is the running winding, very simple indication is that starting winding is having high resistance, low inductance, and running winding is have low resistance, high inductance. So just by checking the value of the resistance, between the two starting winding terminal and two running winding terminal, we can conclude which one is starting. Suppose you don't know this terminus and you want to identify the winding, so that time what you have to do, measure the resistance. The winding which shows higher resistance, that will be the starting winding. The winding which shows lower resistance, that will be the main winding. So what range I have selected? Ohms range. Here you will see it is in the mega ohm range, and you will note down the resistance. So it is near about 14.0 mega ohm. So resistance in the first case is 14.0 mega ohm for the first winding. Suppose you don't know this value term marking, you are having these two terminals, we have measured that resistance. Then we will measure the resistance for lower winding. So now it is in terms of ohms, and how much is the resistance? 7.4 ohm. 7.4 ohm. So what you see that upper terminal is having very high resistance and lower winding is having very low resistance. That is what? Lower winding is the running winding or the main winding, and upper winding is the starting winding or the auxiliary winding. So you can identify this as a starting winding and this as a running winding. So that was our first part of the experiment, that is to identify the windings of the induction motor. So we have identified two windings, then this will be a start. So here we have completed our experiment in which we have taken two parts. One thing, reversal of the motor, and second, to identify the components of the motor.